Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Okta Permatasari, NPM 1911040439. Today I will explain about the analysis from the journal, a need analysis result of language niche analysis of art and design student consideration for ESP course design journal. Definition of ESP. According to Hutchinson and Walters, ESP is an approach to language teaching in which all decisions as to content and method are based on the learner's response and for learning. The second is research method. The research use quantitative and qualitative method. The data gathered from the questionnaires were analyzed in terms of frequency count and percentages, where data collected from the interview were analyzed based on the responses provided. Okay, the third finding and discussion, we can see in the table, we have analysis of the importance of English language skill for art and design course. Subsection of 2 item, listening and speaking skill. Subjection of important from listening. We have 17 frequency and 37% for listening skill, and very important, we have 27 frequency and 58% for listening skill, and we have subsection for important speaking skill, 11 frequency and 2003% for important speaking skill, and 34 frequency and 73% for very important speaking skill. The finding of this study revealed that the 96% of students perceive the speaking skill to be important for their art and design course and their career, whereas the listening skill was rated the second most important skill by 95% of the respondents. And in the table 2, we can see analysis of the importance of English language for student future career. We have a reading and writing skill. We can see a subsection of reading skill important. We have 16 frequency and 34% for reading, and very important, we have 26 frequency and 55%. Also for writing, important, we have 11 frequency and 23%, and very important, 30 frequency and 64, very important for writing. Reading and writing skill in English were regarded as very important by 80% of the respondents. The finding also revealed that the students were moderately satisfied with the current English language course in their college. It can be seen in the table below. Student perception have triple agree, disagree, and strongly disagree. For first, I am satisfied with the current English course. Most students just agree. We have 34 frequency and and 72%. For I am ready to use English in my future job, uh, most students just agree. In the table, we have 20 age frequency and 60%. For the total hours for this present English course is enough. Most students just agree. We have 26 frequency and 55%, and for the current English course is interesting. Most students just agree. We have 31 frequency and 66%, and for the essay writing is related to our area of specialization. The most students just agree. We have 26 frequency and 55%, and for the listening skill activities are related to our area of specialization. Most important, most students just agree. Also, we have 26 frequency and 55%, and for the reading comprehension are from the topic which are related to our area of specialization. Most students just agree. We have 23 frequency and 49%. For the material in this English language course are relevant to the art and design study. Also, most students just agree. We have 25 frequency and 53%. And for peer discussion of applied in this course, most students just agree. We have 34 frequency and 73%. And for productive skill, speaking and writing are stressed in this course. Most students just agree. We have 33 frequency and 70%. And for receptive skill, listening and reading are stressed in this course. Most students just agree. We have 26 frequency and 62%. And the last, games, puzzle, and riddles in language are included in classroom activities. Most students just agree. We have 21 frequency and 45%. Okay, next from the result of the study indicate that a new ESP course focus on speaking and listening skills should be developed at the college. The ESP course should include workplace-based oral presentation, specialized vocabulary activities, and course material and topic relevant to a student area of specialization. From an analysis above, it can be concluded that the result of need analysis from the journal are we need analysis. We have need, target, and learning. The first is target. Aspect include necessities, analysis, speaking and listening skill, lacked analysis, speaking and listening. Once the student wants the course to be focused more on productive skill such as oral presentation as well as essay writing tasks that more aptly reflect their areas specialization. And also aspect we have level analysis level intermediate, and the second needs learning needs. Aspect we have learning activities. We analysis oral presentation, specialized vocabulary activities, and moral model analysis games, puzzle, and riddles. Okay, the last we have a syllabus for the first meeting. Objective through learning in the form of project-based learning, the hope to be able to present their own short stories that made by group with good and clear pronunciation, intonation, fluency, and creativity. For indicator, the first student should be able to identify the information about oral or written short story that has been provided by the teacher properly and correctly. The second, students should be able to understand the meaning of short story, oral or written properly and clearly. The third, students should be able to present their project, their own short story that made by group with good and clear pronunciation, intonation, fluency, and creativity. For the material, we use English literature short story, media, YouTube video, and some paper about short story. Method, use CLT, communicative language teaching. And for the activities, the first is pre-teaching. Teachers open the meeting and teacher check the attendance list. Also, teacher do perceptions, and the last teacher review the previous lessons. And the second, whilst teachings. The first teacher explain the material it is about short stories. The second, after the story received the information, teacher asked the student to identify the material and give the question if they are understand, if there are understand yet about it. And teacher and student have a discussion and question and answer about the material. Also, the teacher asked the student to divide them into several groups and make a project that is make their own short story based on each group member's opinions. And the last, after 30 minutes, the students should finish their project and start present their own short stories. Okay, the last for activities post teaching. Teacher conclude the material that has been studied by the students. Also, teacher describe the next material, and teacher give a motivation of the students, and the last teacher close the meeting. Okay, for assessments, assessment we have oral presentation test. For search, YouTube and internet. For time, we have 2 kali 45 menit. Okay, I think that's all about my explanation about need analysis, result of language need analysis of art and design student, consideration for ESP course design journal. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.